Hi there. My name is Dr. Smith, and I'm here to introduce you to how each of your classes is going to start. So I'm guessing that most of you would say you're somewhat stressed. You're starting new classes, you've got a change in your schedule, figuring out where your classes are. All of this can increase your stress. Something happens when we're stressed. We can't think clearly. I'm sure you've had this experience where you're feeling nervous maybe about an exam and you just can't focus or think clearly. When we're stressed, the amygdala, our brain's sort of threat detector, can take over. And when we're stressed, it hijacks our prefrontal cortex. So the part of our brain that we really need to learn new things, to be able to concentrate in the class without getting distracted and just basically to pay attention. So in a stressed state, we're stuck in our threat system, our amygdala, our fight or flight response with increased anxiety, and we aren't going to be able to stay focused to then be able to remember what it is that was said in class. So we want to prevent that from happening. We are never going to get rid of the stressors, but we can change our relationship with stress and our response to the stressors. So at the start of each class, we are going to do some mental hygiene. So mental hygiene is basically taking care of your brain. You have dental hygiene, your personal hygiene, you brush your teeth twice a day, you take a shower every few days. We don't really take care of our brains that way. Research shows, in my personal experience in all of my classes, is that just 1 minute at the start of a class is a moment to pause, to reset, and help your brain shift into learning mode. So we often come to class having had a conversation with somebody that upset us, or we've maybe been late because the bus was late, or something that increased our anxiety levels. And just stopping, taking 60 seconds to calm your nervous system can kickstart that prefrontal cortex so that you're able to focus, think clearly, and learn. So I call these mindful minutes. And I'm going to lead you through one at the beginning of each class. Now, you don't have to do them. You're not getting graded at all. But my students have found this to be very beneficial for being able to pay attention. So mindfulness is a brain training program, basically, for your attention. And so it engages your prefrontal cortex again, so that you can learn better, remember better, and succeed in academics. So let's try the first mindful minute. We're just going to pay attention to our breath. So just settle into your chair, and I'm just going to ask you to pay attention to where you can feel your breath. So breathing in, and where do you feel that? Your nostrils, your throat, your lungs, your gut maybe, or when you breathe out, where do you feel that? So we're just going to bring our attention to our breath, and we're just going to count our breaths for 1 minute. So I'm going to time 1 minute, and we're just going to breathe in. So go ahead, breathe in and breathe out. One, breathe in, out, two, in, out, breathe in, breathe out. One, breathe in, 6, one more. In and out. 7. All right, so that's your first mindful minute. And if I was to let you go on your own and just do that, counting yourself to yourself, and you notice that your mind wandered to, I don't know, maybe what you're going to do in class, what you're going to do after class, that's fine. That's how our brains evolve, to sort of wander about. But if you can bring your attention back and maybe started one again, you are going to be exercising your brain. That is mindfulness, bringing your attention back to the moment. So thank you for engaging. And you can use these at the start of anything. What I found is that just taking that mindful minute can really allow us to be in the now, not dreading the future, not worrying about the past. All right. Thanks, and I will see you next time.